right. So, I don't know precisely what they were doing here, and I guess I didn't quite get the idea of a more precise idea of who they are, other than an Eclipse Titan cult.
Well, you ruled out the Nedger,
Hmm.
so that leaves out quite a lot of Pantheon, but still, that's your son of.
Obviously, the Aesir are in town, so they're responsible.
Could be.
Seems
Well, if
unlikely, but I mean, we could always just go check out the Aesir temple and see what's up if we wanted to. Though I wouldn't know exactly what we'd be looking for other than what's behind the mirror.
well, if we do go to the Aesir temple, I do have a plan that might help us a little bit. Then
Okay,
again,
if
it
you
might
want to
not.
take charge, go ahead.
Yeah, it's like I do have an idea, and if there's a particular time that people usually would come into an Aesir temple during like the day.
That's no, not during the day. There's particular days.
All right, specific days, but not specific times a day. Okay.
Not specific times. I mean, most people come here when they want to make a sacrifice and when they have a bit of time. So you know.
All right. Well,
I will put on a little bit of a tourist vibe and just, come around to take pictures.
But what I'm going to do, I am going to pull out the necklace so that it is visible that, okay, there's like, I've got an arrowhead with an Aesir symbol on it, kind of deal.
Sure.
And I am going to just casually put a hand in like under the flap of the messenger bag where I keep my shield, and I'm going to then use the shield to channel a purview that is not a boon I do not have. Which, what does it cost to channel a boon you do not have?
Just a moment. So the temple itself is quite small. But it's well constructed. It seems to be made of entirely of woods, pine wood maybe. The interior, again, is made entirely of wood, and there is a Gothi, male priest, that's kind of hanging out here. Is not really didn't seem to expect anyone coming here today or at this time of day. There's a bits of offering here and there. Honey. There's a tiny bit of meat, and there's what is it? And most of the offering seems to be food.
Click, click. Oh, how nice, how quaint. Click.
But yeah, there's actually a boon I am channeling. It is the Sun boon.
These days, so you can.
Yeah, I'm just trying to look up what the actual boon is called and what its actual effects are before I commit 100%. It figures that they do not have it set so that you can go to the actual purviews in the bookmarks.
Yeah, it would have been nice, but
yes.
Sun.
A hope reborn. You embody the glory of the sun and promise of dawn. Mortals will instinctively see you as the answer to any hopes they may have, and you have +3 enhancement when you try to identify these hopes and use them as leverage and influence.
Okay.
So
which motives do you channel your boon?
I'm just going to channel this through the glyphs and tracing glyphs and stuff.
Okay, the runes.
Yeah,
that's fine. So yeah, you enter the temple. You Well, there's quite a bit of light in it now. It doesn't really come from you, but the whole place seems to light up a bit.
Okay, I'm going to just approach the head priest, say, whatever, the appropriate religious,
Hello,
greetings.
suffice.
Yeah,
To be honest,
hello. Like, I don't know what his title would be or anything.
Oh, look at
Goofy.
this, an awkward hello. Click.
Just hello. I'm visiting in town. I like to, just talk, just get to know the local um priest of
Oh,
these.
good.
While I'm here, I might be here a while, and it's good. It's good to know, where you can go for your spiritual needs.
Uh, yes, of course. Do you want me to cast the runes for you?
Oh,
Local
uh,
customs, of course. Click.
that's all right now. I was just wondering about the town. It's People seem tense.
Oh well, I really see them in but maybe I guess it's the season can be quite stressful to some people. You know,
Um,
you get to get we got to watch out for every winter. You never know.
yes. Okay. Can I make an empathy?
Sure, can you present sympathy?
Just would you prefer mental or social?
Depends. What do you want to do?
I'm trying to. I'm basically trying to determine if I can trust him enough to reveal that I am a Scion.
Do me mental empathy then.
Okay.
Probably intellect occurring more than resolve.
Yeah, I'll use intellect. So that's. Uh, and just to be sure, I'm going to invoke my supernatural path, since being a Scion would, if you think that would be
Yes,
appropriate.
I just need to see again what invoking a path does exactly in terms of mechanics.
I mean, in terms of presenting yourself, you already walked in with sunshine and music behind you.
Well, you can add 2 to your roll plus the access and context and stuff. I was doing this for the plus 2.
All right, so it's just you get a condition if you invoke it to. Yeah, you're not
A
trying to
second
do a
time.
twist of fate. Yeah, sure, you can have a +2 for your roll.
Okay.
Wow.
Wow, at least it's not a botch.
Yeah, you seem nice. You can regain 1 point of momentum. You can all regain 1 point of because it's shared, but
Yeah.
as a consolation. But you have no idea. Like you don't even know his name. You don't know anything about this guy. So it's really on you to decide.
Yeah. How long have you been in this town? It's very quaint.
Oh yeah, well, I've been in town for about 5 years now.
Oh, wow, hmm, that's actually, grew up in a small town. That's actually not that long. I mean,
It is, but I like it here. The climate is a bit harsh, but well, the goat test us every day.
They do. I heard people have been moving out lately, though.
Oh yes. Well, small town life isn't for everyone, you know. There is big opportunities in city. But have you come for sacrifice to
Uh,
something of a sort?
you know what? Yes, I think I will perform a sacrifice. And she's gonna look around for one to Sif if there is one.
It's only it's a small temple, so you have one for Thor, Odin, and Tyr, but that's basically it.
Alright, she'll go to the one for Thor and yeah. I assume
There's little.
she probably brought something with her if she knew she was gonna.
You can buy at the winter little baked cookie laced with honey to to leave as an offering.
Okay, yeah.
So you do your sacrifice. You reflect a bit on the. You don't have new condition as a sign of the Easter, and you can regain 1 point of legend for sacrificing to your parents.
Alright.
We haven't quite
Okay.
used any legend yet, though. Gonna have to tap that eventually.
Yeah, you will. And she sits there, she prays for a while. She kind of takes her time in case someone else might come in and react to the boon and
No one seems to be coming.
Lance, meanwhile, just keeps taking a couple pictures of you as you do it. It's like very nice, very genuine.
Of course it's genuine. It's my religion.
Exactly. Click. Lance is gonna have this camera ripped out of his hands at some point.
You know I'm sitting at the symbol for a god with anger management issues and who is also the god of wrestling, right?
Are you saying that out loud?
I'm kind of giving him side eyes and saying it, yeah, just loud enough to just loud enough to.
Ooh,
Loud enough
neat.
for Heimdall to hear. I see. Alright.
I mean, if the priest was close by, he might have heard it, but
If we did, it doesn't show any emotion.
I'll stand up. I'll thank him, and I'm going to say, oh, if there's anything I can do to help you while I'm in town, please let me know. I volunteer at these wherever I go, really.
Oh, I thank you, but honestly, I don't have very much work to do. Everything has been cleaned out, and the place doesn't really get that messy. But you can always make a donation if you want. We have a box right here.
Sure.
Lance will pull out his checkbook again, write down about $100, and just drop it in.
To whom did you address this check? To the VAC?
Sure, why not?
It's gonna fly at the bank. Yeah, it's gonna.
I don't know. I'll probably ask the priest for actual information, like
Yeah.
Godspeed. Yeah, there we go.
Oh, thank you. May the God bless you.
Let's be fair, that might actually fly at the bank.
Yeah, but you have to write.
You have to
It's
write a
very hard.
specific
Yeah.
recipient.
Yeah.
I mean, unless you want Loki coming down the local bank to cash the check.
I don't think Loki's allowed in any banks.
Not after last time. Right. So, I suppose once we start to leave, then I'll just sort of ask you, like, so what are your feelings then?
I don't think he knows anything, but it definitely seemed like there were a lot of scared people in town. That
I definitely agree.
they know something's going on, but they aren't in on it.
Right. I suppose that's our main cause of trying to root it out. We could always check out the Protestant church and do the same deal. I could get some pictures while I'm there too.
All right.
And if we can root out that they're not responsible either, then that just leaves a undercurrent to deal with then.
Right. The hidden in the shadows kind.
Yeah.
I wasn't trying to rule him out. I was kind of hoping sometimes if I focus I can do this thing where people come to me with problems.
Well, I guess to be fair, it's already worked. I'm here.
She kind of laughs.
But well, they are your people. You don't trust them at all?
I don't distrust them.
I suppose that's fair. Nothing wrong with being a little skeptical.
No, I'm saying I didn't even consider that it was the church that was behind it. It's just
Well, I'm not ruling anyone out until we have full evidence. Well, that's just how I work.
that's that's a good point.
But still, we honestly don't need a whole lot. We're just covering our bases, honestly. So this is still good work. And hey, we still have several hours. We're still gonna have to plan out a trip to the mountain too.
Yeah, we'll probably need some maps.
Already got one.
Ah, good.
All right. So, I think we're gonna try doing the same deal over the Protestant church. We're gonna walk in. I'm gonna take some pictures, and I'll let you take the lead in talking again.
Okay.
Do you still have your pendant out when you go into the Protestant church?
I will probably tuck that back away.
Okay.
I mean, I know I think it's generally accepted. Yeah, you can be a Christian and something else, but
People accept it, but that doesn't mean the clergy is happy about it.
yeah. So yeah, I'm
So
not gonna
many
make it.
heathens in the flock.
I'm not gonna make it obvious.
Yeah, like it doesn't seem really honest when you buy to God who say you shall have no other God than me, and then go pray to Odin on Saturdays, just because, in case, to be sure.
But yeah, I don't have anything specific I can think of to say, but it's just kind of, oh,
More wiggling around the bush, you know.
yeah, more wiggling. Oh, people see stress. I mean, how is you know? I know people you can't break, or like, do they have confessional with Protestants?
I don't think so, no.
I'm Catholic, so I'm not sure. uh,
It's not too different, I'm sure.
No, I think there's major differences.
Well, I meant just like in walking in and presentation.
Yeah. No,
kinda.
I was thinking along the lines of, well, a Catholic priest cannot say anything that they hear while they're in confessional. Like, you could come in and say, I have just murdered 30 people and buried them in the woods, and they can't say a goddamn thing, even if the FBI walks right up to them and asks.
In
Right, I suppose
theory, at least.
Catholics probably have more of the Catholic authority going on, so they're just like, yeah, we're different. Whereas like a lot of the American movements are like, well, we're completely independent from every other source, so we don't have to follow those kind of rules if we think there's actually something really dangerous happening.
Yeah. But yeah, go in casually, talk, maybe mention that, oh, yes, you know, oh, people seem tenser than you would expect in a calm little place like this. And, again, kind of just beat around the bush and
Do
then
me
sit and pray for a bit, light a candle.
do me manipulation, empathy roll, difficulty 2, complication of 1.
Okay, would any of my specialties or reassuring
Nope.
presence apply? Okay. I'm going to spend a momentum if that's okay.
Go ahead.
Well, I was asking the other player too, so.
Oh yes, go ahead.
You don't have to ask to. Oh yes, you have to. Sorry, it's for power that you don't have to ask. Not enough. Not
No.
enough.
I will use that one success to cancel the complication, if that's okay.
Yeah, basically it begins to talk to you, but it's not. It doesn't really say anything like, yeah, well, people as traced by modern life. When you turn away from spirituality, you're bound to increase your strife. But I have faith that there's not really a crisis, no community, must more like personal crisis. But I have faith it will calm down once the festivities have passed. And so once spring returns, winter is always a bit of a hard time
You can
on
almost
people.
imagine this priest going like, let me tell you about the sin of Christmas.
The sin, it's a sin of Yule.
She goes,
Yeah.
oh, yeah, I'm the winter is hard on people. It's I've studied psychology. It's amazing how worse it is. But yes, I just saw people looking odd, and I was concerned. But thank you.
It's probably because the winter has been a bit hard.
Father.
It was heathen at the temple are just adding on the paranoia with and less winter this and less winter that. Bunch of nonsense. It will pass like every winter.
Oh, they've been saying that it's just never gonna end? That's a little weird.
Well, of course, that's their belief that the end of the world will begin with an winter of 3 years, something like that. Bunch of nonsense.
Right, of course.
Did you do anything else, my child?
Oh, do you have a donation box?
Oh, yes, of course. Right
And
here.
he'll write like another $100 check and just
To
drop it.
Jesus.
Made out to God himself? Underline. No.
To the Father, Son, and Holy Spirit. Yeah, and she'll just say, thank you for your time, and she'll pray a little, and light a candle or two, and then
Click.
quietly leave. You're going a little overboard with the clicking.
Well, I need something to post later. Don't worry, I'll use the ones of you over at the Ace here. I think those have better lighting.
She just sighs and shakes her head. Fine,
Make a
just make
trip
sure
all
to
the way out
tag
here. I may
me.
as well make it worth it.
Just make sure to tag me. I need the publicity.
Oh, of course. All right. So I think currently, uh, I'm going to go ahead and do the think a little bit. I think we need to plan out our trip to the mountain. Emmerich, I would like to set up a plan where I want to find a place that's sort of out of immediate line of sight of the town,
Mm-hmm.
so that I can traverse there and then maybe meet up with some of my followers there.
All right. I would like you to do a physical subterfuge or survival roll.
Okay, so this would be me doing the planning. I got 4 dexterity and no survival. We do have Lizzie who might actually know the area a little bit.
You can also use subterfuge.
And could I
Hmm.
do a support role on this? Are you cluing me
Sure.
in that you're doing it? So, because obviously, if I don't know you're doing it, I can't. But
Oh yeah, no, I'm letting you in this plan. You're my co-conspirator right now.
okay, so physical survival. You said, right?
Yes, this will be a difficulty of 2.
Well,
Do
this
you
is
have
just.
any survival?
I do have survival. This is just adding
So how about
Yes,
you
sure,
advantage
take
to
the
but
the.
for
main role and
Lance.
I do the support then?
Well, I think. That's fine if you want instead.
Yeah, because probably will have more than 4 dice. So here's
But I
me trying
also
to support you.
grant bigger bonuses. Oh, you got some nice successes.
Yeah,
Yeah.
wow.
So I believe that's 3 enhancement or 1. I don't. Let's see.
Good question.
I think it's 1 per success, max 3, but don't quote me on
That would
that.
make sense. Teamwork. Yep. So an enhancement of 3.
Okay, so 8 successes total.
Yes. So you're completely invisible in in the snow.
Yeah, so that'll be the plan coming up. I'm not heading there right now if
All
if
right.
that wasn't clear. But hey, cool. This looks like a good spot. We can get there in some good time. Um, and what I'd like to do is another handful of things. I'd like to go ahead and make a doppelganger of myself, and I'm
Mm-hmm.
going to go ahead and disguise them so that they just
Okay.
appear like someone else on the street.
Sure.
And their goal is that they are going to be at the place where the children are going to meet later. And I'm going to make sure Lizzie knows the location where they're all going to meet, where the plan tonight's going to be.
All right.
Since she's going to be my main messenger later. So that doppelganger is going to stay in town and be there to do things tonight.
Make a subterfuge trickster roll.
Alright, gotta do that. That's 2. So that's going to be 5 dice. And this just is, does it happen? Yes.
Yes, it does. Okay.
Excellent.
So you don't really have any trouble to invoke and dress up your doppelganger? How do you summon it? How do you create it?
There's still a lot of snow around, so I'll just go ahead and, pile up some of it that's just, in some of the back alley, get a little bit of the mud to keep it together, and then it just sort of forms up into my shape again.
All right.
Alright, me, you know the plan. Just lay low. And, I will thank myself and go ahead and excuse myself. Uh, and the final part of the plan is the real me is going to go ahead and, go back to the inn for lunch, and as part of it, I will probably just have casual conversations, say like, "Oh yeah, I'm gonna go ahead and just do a hiking excursion. I think it'll probably take about a day. Go ahead and keep my bookings still open. I'm gonna be here the whole week, but I want to get some of this scenic views out of the way while there's still light."
They're going to ask you where to go in case something goes wrong and they need to send, standard stuff.
Oh, of course.
Safety
I'll, prob-
plan.
I'll probably be going out in this direction and probably camping out here. And he's gonna go ahead and give them sort of wrong information, but in the direction he's leaving the town.
All right. That doesn't really require a roll.
Yeah.
I believe you.
So if I get lost out in the mountains, I'm definitely doomed, by the way, so. But yeah, so I'm just
I figured
talking
by
casual and going, like, yeah, I think after lunch, I'll go ahead and start setting up. I got all my gear, and we can just go ahead and head straight out. It'll be fantastic.
All right. You have a nice lunch, a bed and breakfast. It's leftover spaghettis.
Yeah. And of course, on our way out, I'll go like, thanks, Liz, for showing us around town and helping us get everything. We'll be sure to see you in a couple of days. Wink, wink, nudge, nudge.
Yeah, sure.
Uh, and she knows the plan, so everything is
Yep.
good. Um, and unless there's anything else you can think of, I'm basically ready to leave town.
Nothing I can think of. We looked for any extra information we could find, didn't find much, and we got our plan going.
Okay.
We've got
Um,
our flying monkeys, and
and while we're going out, Doppelganger Me is in wherever he's hiding. He's just gonna start making some masks. And he's gonna
Okay.
make a set of basic round circle masks. They're going to be
Sure.
blue, and they're going to be like looking face first at a hummingbird. So a hummingbird mask.
Huh.
So
All
he's just going
right.
to go ahead and doodle that, and I would invoke the artistry purview,
Let's see if you
which would
can
be
do
to
that.
embed a message within it.
Let's see. Let me see the knack.
that's his innate. It's like
No, I know.
whatever he wants.
Just want
Yeah.
to know if a doppelganger can do that because the doppelganger doesn't
Uh,
shoot
do
tricks there.
just say I have all the skills, knacks, and boons.
Ah, well, that case yes.
Yep.
But the innate thing. I think it's in the moment you cannot embed a message in it with just the innate power of the purview. Oh no, you're right.
Yeah,
Never
and
mind. Go
anyone who
ahead.
views the art, and only the intended recipients.
So, what's the message? Who's the
The
intended
message is going to
recipient?
be a ultimate description of the plan to the children, where it's about trying to protect themselves from the scary stuff that's happening in town,
Mm-hmm.
about causing a little bit of chaos to help us distract while we try to solve the situation, and a couple of different things that they can do, like launching some of the flares that I have, the safety flares for hiking,
All right.
and maybe anything else that they can think of. Tonight's their night, and they can have some fun, and I will be leading them. So that is ultimately what's embedded to children only.
Okay. Uh, that works. There's not like you don't have really to don't really have to roll anything for that or do anything special.
Yep, but it'll make the process of informing everyone a lot easier.
Yeah.
So yeah, so Doppelganger's just gonna spend what's probably like another 6 to 8 hours just doing that. So
All
nothing
right.
special there. Meanwhile, yeah, we're finally going hiking with those 5+3 successes.
It's enough to overcome the complication of there's no snowstorm today. Sorry, damn it. So you don't really have any difficulties aside from the physical efforts of walking through the snow, and you can quickly arrive towards your followers.
Yes.
So leave. You see about 30 to 40 massive endosphinxes, which are male sphinxes, just freezing out there, like holding her together to gain some heat. They seem to have caught a rabbit and, well, and maybe an elk, you're not sure.
Lance will go ahead and
There's meat on the ground, bloody meat, but yeah.
like point to Liz and some of the bags and go, Here, go ahead and start unloading them." And he'll start pulling out like the handful of jackets he has to distribute to some of them, some of the like emergency warmth packs, some of the food that he's bought. A lot of this is not stuff that would have been good for only 4 people. So he has brought enough that he could at least help them out for like the day. I'm sorry I didn't have enough shoulders, Sparrow, but this is all I could really carry. At least we
Most of
won't
it
have you sticking out here for too much longer.
good.
You have a lot of friends.
Oh, oh, you've noticed. Sparrow here is practically my co-conspirator, and they're gonna help us out big time. And well, let's go ahead and start a little fire. Let's go ahead and talk about what we're gonna do real quick. My current plan is that we're gonna wait until nighttime to move around to the observatory, and when the signals from town start, I suspect any police presence they have at the observatory will dissolve, and we can move in afterwards. That'll make our entire mission easier. We'll go in, we'll secure the observatory, we'll try to find Francisco if he's there, and anyone else. We'll go through a whole bunch of questioning if we take any prisoners, and the amount of resistance I expect is probably minimal if they're relying on the police. That's my current assumption.
We should try to be as non-lethal as possible. I mean,
I'll just like smirk over at Sparrow. Well, what do you think? You can hold back your claws a little bit, right?
Sure, that's what you want.
I mean, not to the point of putting yourself in danger, but these, you know, some of these people might not be 100% you know, willing, and we don't want to create too many orphans today.
That's true, but there's already a lot of apparent sacrifice happening, or at least implied.
Well,
And that's probably enough to really warrant a lot of anything we're going to do.
yeah, like I said, just
Minimize. I
yeah.
understand. But we're still going to have to end up having enough to go back to town and prove our case and settle this once and for all. It wouldn't do well for us to stop this, but then just leave the town as it is.
Oh, definitely not.
So, my doppelganger should have the distraction part set up for tonight, and all we have to do is make sure we're outside of the town, work our way around to the observatory, and wait. And now that my friends with wings are here, that should be a little bit easier than just trudging through the snow.
All right. It's around. It's around noon when you begin to ascend. While you ascend, your eyes are focused on the ground for a while. Leave, do you have your shield out?
I do not have it in hand. It's
Very well. That's what I wanted to know.
okay.
It's in your back. You both see suddenly an immense shadow on the ground. You look up, and you see that for a few moments, the sun seems to be engulfed, and there seems to be a solar eclipse happening right now in this time of year in this region.
And localized entirely on this mountain?
Yes.
Can I see it?
No.
No. You know what? I feel like maybe we should speed up our plan a little bit now.
For a while, night to full silence for about 2 minutes before the sun resumes shining all over the place again, and the moon is nowhere to be seen. It's in a blink of an eye, the moon disappeared.
Yeah, that's not great. You know what? Liz, do you think maybe we should advance our plan about 6 hours?
No
Or do you
less
think
than
we should
3.
still wait and see if we can get everyone at that observatory?
I think we should I think we should definitely be in position to move instantly if we need to.
Right, if this happens much more today, I don't get a good feeling out of this omen.
I would
But in
like
fact,
both of you to do me a resolve occult roll. Difficulty 2.
okay, I got 2. And a whole bunch of ones, jeez.
Would you say occult or cultural?
Resolve, occult resolve.
Yeah.
Occult resolve.
Yeah,
Okay.
I was literally about to ask, like, what kind of bad feeling do I get out of this?
You both managed to remember something that happened last
Mhm.
summer, where in a time that you can't quite name, you remember reading about the sun never setting up and being bloody red, hanging up at noon eternally for like 2 days in a row. Before a Titan cult was found and dealt with. So this is probably an omen that something bad is going to happen, but didn't happen yet. You're not sure, but
Okay,
yeah, it's definitely foreboding.
so we might still have time then. Good.
Yeah.
I think the plan's still a go then. We know we can get most of them at the observatory at night, and that is when we can strike. At least, that's my assumption, that they go out every night. That was maybe a bad assumption to make, but there's an omen, so I can go ahead and assume anything I want now. That's how magical thinking works, right?
Well, if they don't all go out, we can at least break into the place and look for more information
Right.
and hopefully find alive prisoners.
One can hope. Alright, so I think we have a set of things in motion that are basically just waiting on time to come.
All right. I would really like for EHH to be here for that. Wondering, do we go on or do we stop now? Because it's kind of short for
Right, I understand,
session.
but circumstances have happened, that's all.
Yeah.
Is that alright with you guys?
I'm okay with it if you're okay.
Yeah. If I'm okay with it.
I think we still
Thanks.
accomplished quite a lot, got the extra information we needed, and we're basically ready to strike.
You are. Let's see. I will award you experience,
Yay.
character advancement.
Oh, I did write down the replacement for my short-term deed. By
Oh,
the
I
way,
didn't
if you can
saw
just
it.
double check and see if it's
That's all right with me.
yeah.
You will definitely have the occasion to fulfill it. I can guarantee you that everyone is going to gain 2 dots of experience. Let's see. Lance, did you? You
Probably
haven't
not.
accomplished any of the goal now, but yeah, 2
Yeah.
of experience for everyone.
Yeah, the two of them are probably going to end up popping at about the same time next time, I think.
Probably. With 4 points of experience or 5, you can add a point of birthright, add a skill, or add a specialties to one of your skill.
Yeah, I should check out where the
Well,
experience stuff is.
It's
Page 189.
in Origins.
No, it's also in Heroes. It's page 185.
Oh, I didn't realize it was also in Heroes.
Yep.
185. Yeah, attributes, birthright, favorite approach, skills, knacks, and specialties. Skills would probably be really nice.
Skills are nice.
Yeah. 3 for a specialty. That's a decent deal. Assuming your skills are high enough to get it in the first place.
Right, yeah, so part of that would just be increasing things. Let's see. 1 point in athletics would probably be okay to just not be the world's biggest wimp. Anything in survival for the same reason, maybe. Technology would be really good. I don't think we have a lot of tech focused or science focused.
I don't think you are. No, you
Or empathy.
don't have anyone focused on that.
Yeah, so as the smartest person, maybe I should go ahead and do that.
I'm pretty much social focused with a little bit of physical, so
Alright. So, storing up XP, and I'll have enough to spend at a later point. And completing the goals would be an extra experience or something, right?
Yes, basically, if you complete your goals, you get 1 extra experience. If everyone completes a short goal in 1 session, it's another extra experience, and so on, so on.
So we are rewarded for helping each other complete our short terms.
Yep.
Very cool.
And once you complete a short term, a long term, and a band, you get a point of legend.
Exactly. So it's gonna come pretty quickly. Well, depending on your long-term goal,
Right.
of course.
I'm sure we
but
could
yeah.
probably discuss like my long-term goal and if it's really satisfied like right here, right now. Find
So
out.
Yeah, I'm gonna have to look for opportunities to complete my long term.
yeah. It's gonna be, well, you will have opportunities, don't worry, but maybe not now. But
Yeah,
soon
not
enough.
this particular arc, but
Um. All right, so we'll stop here for today, and so I don't know if EHH is going to be around for. Is going to continue playing.
Yep.
Because
So we'll
apparently
try
it
to solve this
seems.
during the week then.
Yeah, it seems to be hard. The time doesn't seem to be working for him.
Mm-hmm.
But I think while Teta asked me if he could play, so that works for me.
Okay, doke.
So we could have another player next week.
okay,
Alright, data
that's
with the
good.
power of a god, this will be fun.
Yeah. I mean, Godbound as an RPG is more godlike than Scion. Scion is more.
Mm-hmm.
At this level, it's not quite godlike.
Yeah, we're
Yet.
very light superhero-ish right now.
Yes, exactly.
We're Dresden Files level.
Yeah. Yeah, I
Granted, we
had
can
fun.
probably kick Dresden's ass, but
Again, I'm sorry for the shortness of the game.
it happens. I mean,
Yup.
you couldn't have accounted for one player
Yeah.
quitting the day before and then another one not showing up.
Yeah, it's kind of. But
That's okay.
it's all right. It's all right. It happens.
That is why I prefer groups of at least 4. That way, if someone doesn't show up, it doesn't grind the whole thing to a halt.
True, but usually I have 3-4 players all the time.
Yeah, I
So-
understand.
Our
Whatever,
group size is 15, so that if 2/3 don't show up.
whatever you as the GM are most comfortable with is obviously the best number. But
Well, 4 is the limit for me for virtual games.
Yeah.
More than 4, and people cannot do what they want to do, and there's too much noise. And
Yeah.
less than 3, and I mean, less than 4 is good too. 3
Yeah.
to 1.
It
It's
depends
just
on the
this.
dynamic, and I always rely on more people existing to try to see those dynamics
Yeah.
exist and make sure there's always someone who has something they want to say or do.
Sure. I'll just have to rework some of the antagonist.
Mhm.
Because
they
you're
can still be the antagonists they are. They just don't have to be so intimately related to us.
no, I mean they're tad too powerful for.
Yeah, that
Your
kind of
yeah.
just
Yeah.
have to dial them back a little. Yeah.
Are you
Yeah.
saying you have to lower this down for the fashion designer with a pocket pistol and this
I am.
one singular woman with a shield?
I am.
Hey. I have a partner.
Oh yeah.
True. But she's very. I didn't play much because you said she was very shy, and that's other
Yeah.
things. So she's here, but she's
Yeah.
kind of a wall from what I got from you.
Yeah, that was kind of the intent. I mean, I
All right.
imagine she'd open up more the longer the band is together, but
Oh yeah, like she's comfortable around you. It's other people
Yeah.
that she's not quite okay with. But yeah,
so she doesn't speak up much, but she's
Yeah.
there, and
I imagine the best thing to do would be to just say, I need a moment to think, roleplay with her, and just roleplay out whatever's happening.
yeah.
yeah.
There's a cult in town sacrificing people, and I'm not sure what to do.
We should leave.
That's a great idea. Let's invite you. Oh, they're all set for tomorrow for some reason.
Yeah. Yeah. So
I actually
was-
did have a plan for her to do when we attack. She
I
does.
mean,
She has a knack that keeps people, non-supernatural people, and people a lower tier than her from entering an
Yep.
area. So I was going to tell her to just go into the parking lot and make sure no one gets out.
that's an important. Yeah, that's a possibility.
Cute.
So just
She
so you
also
can
attack
account for-
heavy, so she can
Yeah.
Ooh. Know
pack a
that.
punch.
Oh yeah. No.
So
Yeah,
we
'cause
have
if you-
a large amount of heavies on our side.
Yeah.
We're totally weak and useless. They aren't. Oh, this is gonna be amusing. 2 leaders.
Yeah, basically.
I'm not a leader per se. I have. Yeah.
So I think what I'll probably want to make sure I get
Well-
right next time is what I can do as a leader and how things will technically go. I got inspirational auras and stuff to work with. And then just basic leadership.
Yeah, your knacks are critical. A lot of your power will rely on your knacks more than your boons at this level.
Mm-hmm. Yeah,
Um,
exactly.
Because your legend is quite limited. So once you get more legends, you will get more of your purviews and boons. But right now, it's all knacks.
Yup.
Yep. Right now, if you want a boon to be useful, it has to be like an imbue or a free.
Yeah. Yeah, basically.
Yeah,
I mean,
and I think everything I have is actually free now that I think about it.
I don't think all of them are. If I remember the chaos preview. Let's see.
Um,
Well, I mean, the other ones are useful. You can't just throw them around willy nilly.
Yeah. uh, no,
chaos
they
purview
need.
is just you walk around untouched.
Yeah, no, I mean your boons need
Oh yeah, the
to
boons are
imbue
the
one
only things that
legend.
actually cost stuff.
Yeah, they need you to imbue one legend. But thing is, since you haven't sacrificed to your parents, you can easily before the attack sacrifice something to your the divine parents, and you gain one free legend to immediately imbue in one boon. It will only last a scene, but that way you can have both boon active at the same time
Ooh.
with still being one legend. It works. Uh,
I didn't even realize doing that would would work.
it
But
is.
yeah, it would.
Yeah. It's a
Yeah.
possibility. It's
Yeah.
quite useful.
I
It's
knew it
more
was a
useful.
mechanic. I just didn't realize it was
Yeah.
like, oh, you could do that to have two things going. Yeah.
It's quite useful for like boons that impose condition or that sort of things. Or boons that are indefinite, but even seen like even that works really.
Yeah. And the ones that that are just imbued, I mean, you get that legend back at the end, so
True. True. So yeah, uh, just remember that, and also yeah, just don't forget your innate power, like your like for example, the echo power is really useful for you, Griff.
Oh yeah, I've been meaning to try to think about that a little bit. Knowing people's true names, and then 2 enhancement to gain knowledge or understanding of them. Right. I guess it's part of like just trying to figure out who this eclipse cult is, because that would definitely help out here.
Yep.
Get their true name and then figure that out from there.
You already have the names, man. What would have been useful is for you to have a kami amongst you, because God, they can be very useful. They can talk to the kami of objects and animals, so you know.
Hey, Street Lamp, did you see the kidnapping last night?
Yeah, totally. They can do that, which is very useful.
Oh yeah,
to a
definitely.
lesser extent, the Manitou can too, but
Yeah, but the Manitou have the Manitou are more on a dealing relationship. Like you give something, I give something. Where by being a kami, if you're descended from an heavenly kami, you can, you have a modicum of authority over them. But yeah, the Manitou can also do that, which is good. Which is also good. Like it's nice.
Right.
Like none of the Pentium preview. Maybe the Tuatha De Danann are a bit underwhelming, but still.
So for now,
I think they're very
catch you guys
nice.
later.
The Tuatha ones.
See you around.
See ya. Take care.
See you guys.